Hey guys, Brent from Low and Slow Miko, and we are on the banks of the Brisbane River here at Morningside. What an absolutely stunning day it is. Today I want to show you guys how to cook a very underrated cut of steak called the flank steak. Today we're going to cook an AACO Wagyu MB7 Flank Steak, but to get it going, get it marinating, we want to throw a little bit of spice and a little bit of flavour in that flank steak. So we're going to make a real quick chimichurri sauce. Super easy, doesn't have to be difficult. There's many iterations of this, so you choose which one you want, but this is how we go about ours. So we've got Italian flat leaf parsley, just a very rough chop, fit it into the blender. A little bit more. Got some coriander. Always a talking point, coriander. I actually really like it. So it's going in our sauce today. We won't overdo it. A little bit of fresh oregano. Don't need too much of that either. Garlic. Gotta have tons of garlic, I reckon. This is local garlic from Kyogle. It's huge, beautiful, really good stuff. It's probably like 4 regular size cloves there. So we'll just use one. Once again, rough chop before it goes in. I like to put a little bit of lime juice in mine as well, just for a bit of acidity. We are going to put some red wine vinegar in there as well, but I like a little bit of lime juice through that. Chili, must. All right, add some red wine vinegar. I don't really stick to measures and recipes and stuff, so I just go a little bit by feel. Olive oil. It's a good drink of olive oil. Probably around half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. You can always add more in. Some sea salt flakes, good handful of those. Fresh cracked black pepper. In it goes. All right, we're going to give this a little bit of a mix up. All right, that's the chimichurri sauce done. Now it's quite runny. You can thicken it up a bit, but for the next process of marinating this flank steak, I think that's spot on. So this flank steak comes out of the packet just as you see it there. So there's no trimming required. You're not going to waste any meat. And also, if you can see how the grain in that meat works. See, it's very fibrous through there, and you can really depict the grain. That's a great thing, and this really helps the flavor of this chimichurri suck right in and actually take the flavor on board, which really comes through when you eat the product in the end. We don't need to marinate this for very long with this chimichurri. It's got a lot of acid in it, and it'll start breaking down the meat if we leave it too long. So we're going to leave it about half an hour, 45 minutes while we get the fire going, and that's all we need to do. So very simply, put it in, nice dish. Look at the colour of that sauce there, fantastic. Rub it around, roll it over, a little bit more sauce on the other side. And that's all we need to do for now. So I'm just going to take off and light this fire. It'll sit for about an hour, and we'll get back to cooking it. All right, so we've got the fire going, charcoal's settled down now. We've let the steak marinate for about an hour. You can see it there, how it's really started to get into the steak there. Beautiful. I might just give that a bit of a turn, get a bit more of that chimichurri on there. All right, let's get it on the grill. So we're just going to go direct grill over the charcoal, hot and fast. Beautiful. It's going to take probably about 8 minutes a side-ish to get it to a nice medium. So we're going to go to about 60 degrees Celsius with the internal of this steak today. Flank steak's traditionally quite lean, but given this is a fairly high marble score Wagyu cut, we're going to cook it to medium, render those intermuscular fat down a bit and make it nice and tender. One thing about the charcoal that you can't replace with any other cooking is just that depth of flavour that you actually can get into a bit of meat just by using that natural charcoal and timber flavour. You just can't achieve that through a gas barbecue. So it does really throw a different flavour profile for this bit of meat. And you don't need anything too fancy to cook anything on. I mean, this old grill, it's 12 or 13 years old, still going. It doesn't look like much, but that's all we need. So you can buy a lot of small grills and stuff that are quite cheap. Don't need anything too fancy. Trick to do when you're cooking beef and especially Wagyu is grilling off some fresh lemon. So I just got lemon, cut it in half, taken the tops off, and we just simply put it straight on over the charcoal. We'll let that grill away. What it does is it caramelizes the sugars in the lemon and actually takes away that little bit of bitterness, loosens all the juice. So we'll sear those off, and just before we put the sauce over the top of that steak there, just give it a nice hit of lemon juice. Amazing. All right guys, the flank steak is up to temp now. We've got it to about 60-65 degrees Celsius internal. Took about 25 minutes in the end to get it up there over those hot charcoal. All that's left to do is slice it and prepare it. See what it looks like. Beautiful crust on the outside. All that chimichurri is caramelized, created another layer of flavor there. All right, let's just have a look at a piece in the middle here. Look at that. Beautiful. Really well cooked, and you can still see some of that intermuscular fat coming through there. It's just rendered out beautifully. That is sensational. Put him back in. Go back to the chimichurri sauce that we had made earlier on. So we just kept a bit from our marinade. So that's going to go on first. I just want to give it a little squeeze of this lemon. So you can see the lemon there, how it's gone on nice and caramelized on the outside. And just watch how easy that juice comes out of it like that. Beautiful. Just put a bit over the top. Keep a bit on the side for individuals that want some. Chimichurri. Can't have enough salt. Hit it with a little bit more flake salt on the top. And we're done. That's your Wagyu flank steak with a chimichurri sauce. Super easy, super flavorful. It's a nice, affordable cut as well. You've got to give it a go. All right, I'm off to enjoy this. Thank you.